Never driven from Tonasket, Washington to Republic, Washington. This is the road. It's kind of pretty. It's up here in the mountains. I see there's lots of snow here, which you would expect in the mountains. It's a pretty windy road. Right now I'm going 60, 65 to be exact. Speed limit 60, but there are a lot of curves where you have to slow down to 45, 30, 35. So it's not a boring drive. It keeps you on your toes. It's just pretty. I like doing this drive in the daytime, but not so much at night. When it's dark, you really have to pay attention because there's a lot of wildlife. And by wildlife, I mean deer. There's probably some elk up here too. Look at that. Wakanda. I think I took a wrong turn. Isn't that in Africa? Anyway, it makes for a nice drive. I'm doing a Home Depot delivery, and see there, speed limit 60. But we'll be coming up here pretty soon where the road will get pretty curvy and the speed limit will drop down. And the road's pretty nice. I stopped about 10 minutes ago. There's a little store out in the middle of nowhere. They have all kinds of snacks, beverages, ice. I even saw that they had pig and sheep feed now. So she said I was there just a little after 10:30. She said I was the first customer of the day. But as we talked, it all adds up. And she said she's glad she opened the store because she makes a lot of money. But it is out there like 10 or 15 miles from town. So like she said, if people go to town shop and they forget something, they can run in there and grab it. It's just like a small grocery store like they used to have back in the day in small towns. Snacks, beverages, probably cigarettes, I'm not sure about that. Beer, pop. Anyway, I stop there whenever I can. Now here we go, down to 40 miles an hour. You can see by the trees we're kind of up in the mountains. It's not such a fun drive in the winter either if it's a snowstorm because it can get pretty nasty up here. I've driven it when there's snow on the road and you have to put it in four-wheel drive and have some common sense. But it's a nice drive. If you live in this area, you've probably driven it a lot. But if you're not from around here and you ever get to this area, take a trip to the Republic. It's a pretty small town, off the beaten path. I'm only doing this gig for Home Depot because it pays $133. I had to drive an hour and a half to get to where the gig was. And I didn't find out till I was a half hour away that I got it, but sometimes it's worth the chance. And if all else fails, there's a nice casino there where I can go and lose some more money. I like these trips, especially when I don't see deer on the road and I have to slam on my brakes or swerve. But you see a lot of places where people have hit deer. You can see the remnants on the highway or the carcass on the side of the road. And you see a lot of vehicles with smashed front ends, broken headlights. Pretty good sign they hit a deer. Alright, now today our weather's supposed to get up in the 50s. I'm sure here in the mountains it's only in the 40s, but at least you don't have to worry about ice on the road. That's when it gets dangerous. Well, I'll just record this for a little while and then I'll post it after a while. Well, probably when I get home and I have my Wi-Fi signal. do have a 4-wheel drive Trailblazer. You can put it in 2-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or 4-wheel drive low. Right now I'm just in 2-wheel drive. Beautiful sunshiny day. You heard a minute ago, that's my radio kicking back in. I have Pandora going, and I can tell when I have a signal, my radio comes back on. More curves coming up. You can see the melting snow on the highway. It's been really cold here for a couple of months. Barely above freezing. For a week there it was down around 8 or 10 degrees. And there goes my phone. Just fell off the dash. So I'll have to pull off the side of the road and find my phone. Oh, you gotta love when that happens. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Whenever my dash gets warm, for some reason, the suction loses its grip, the suction cup, and that's the second time in the last week my phone has decided to fall off the dash. Last time I wasn't making a video. It's kind of a pain when it happens though, because I use my phone for my deliveries, and now I have to pick my phone up off the ground wherever I'm flying to. I'll have to clean that suction cup a little better, I guess, and maybe I'll have to get some oil and grease remover, clean the dash. Somebody might have put some of that stuff on it because it is kind of shiny. Maybe it'll have better suction and won't fall off when I'm in the middle of a drive or the middle of a video. Kind of startles you when it falls off too. Well, I guess you get the idea. Lots of trees, curves, mountains. But it's a nice drive. I like driving up here. I don't come up here very often. I used to come up here more, but it seems like somebody else is always getting the gigs and I don't get them, so I don't make the journey. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.